Hear ye. Court is now in session with the dishonorable Judge Jolene. We got a lot to talk about with the Karen Read Trial, day 14, some best of. We're going to roast it. We're going to react to it. So grab a beverage. I'm drinking a very healthy Diet Coke. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like and let's get this party started.
Chen! Chen!
Chen! Chen!
Because I had like bread and maybe peanut butter in my car.
Why did you have bread and peanut butter in your car?
I had my niece for the week, and I was dragging her like to all my kids' sporting events. So we'd go from like one game to another game to a practice. So sometimes instead of always giving her McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts, I'd try to throw her a peanut butter sandwich.
And they were making fun of you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell?
Sometimes instead of always giving her McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts.
Sometimes instead of giving a McDonald's, a Dunkin' Donuts, I give a peanut butter sandwiches from my back of my car. Jen McCabe, Jen! Hopefully you guys are having a great Monday. Happy Monday. If you're somewhere in the world where it's already Tuesday, hello, future friends. I am stand-up comedian, pop culture vulture, and dishonorable Judge Jolene reporting for duty. We need to talk some Karen Read. We are in day 14 of the retrial, which is insane. Smash that like if you haven't already. I think we're already up to 30 likes and we just started. We're like a minute and a half in. So thank you guys. 2 minutes in, I should say. Let's set a like goal, Ben. And let's set it for 100 likes. And if we get 100 likes, Ben, who is he's our blocking producer here, will block Aaron from Love Island, who, if you don't know, is a monster. Okay. He's basically Michael Proctor for Love Island. Basically Yuri Bukhenik for Love Island. So once we get 100 likes, Ben will block Aaron, aka the Michael Proctor, Yuri Buchanan of Love Island. And then we'll set our next like goal. If you want to support the channel further, you guys, I have this little Venmo up here. You can also join my YouTube membership or my Patreon if you want bonus content and also some emojis on YouTube. Or you can send a super chat while we're live. I did get a super chat even before I started the stream because you guys are amazing, awesome, and so supportive, and I appreciate you. David Cushmore, you're always such a sweetie. Wipe the seedy. Thank you so much. David says, the Timberwolves game is tonight, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock for me. Are you going to watch the game tonight? Hell to the yes. I'm so excited. We're up 2-1 versus the Golden State Warriors, who are a good team. I was going to say not a bad team. They're a great team. Okay. And Steph Curry's injured. So sorry for Steph, but so happy for us. But hell to the yes, I'm watching it. Go Nas Reed, go Ant, go Julius Randle, aka Randall McDaniel. Go all my friends on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay. I act like I know them. I don't. You guys should have saw me the last game in my Nas Reed jersey running around my living room. My husband had just worked a 12-hour day and we watched it together. And he was falling asleep. He was trying to stay awake. And I was just type my husband, Charles, soon to be RN, was like, and I was just like, yes, because so many things I can say. So many things I can say. But you guys are like, I'm not here for your sporty mixed sport. You're not here for my sporty spice. Or maybe you are. Okay. So go Timberwolves. Sorry to my Golden State friends, but I can't. Did you have a good Mother's Day? Yesterday. Yes. I was like, what happened yesterday? I did. I went out and ran some errands, did some shopping that I needed to do. I didn't need to. I'm glad you did too, David. You're fantastic. And you're always so sweet. I'm getting to the point, Kelly Kell, where I might have to add a little sporty spice with Jolene. I might have to. Oh, you guys were up to 53? Oh my God. Over here, Miss Diamond says, in your Boston accent. Okay. Enjoy your 5-mile walk. Just me, Madison. Enjoy. Okay. Everyone's here. Everyone's lovely. So today, once again, we had Yuri Buchanan on the stand for the third day in a row of the Karen Read retrial. Sergeant Yuriy Bukhenik, the man who Michael Proctor answers to, the man who said that this investigation into the death of John O'Keefe where they just decided to just pin it all on Karen Read, was done with integrity and honor when it was led by Michael Proctor. What? I'm sorry? Yuri say what? Yuri say how? He was asked again today about that, and with Proctor's text messages brought into the game, because as you know, Michael Proctor is not going to be, unfortunately, testifying for the prosecution. Maybe the defense will call him. I don't know. Where last trial, he read his despicable, dishonorable, lack of integrity text messages where he was looking for nudes. He admitted in a text group exchange with his supervisors, one being Yuri Buchanan, that he was looking for nudes on Karen Read's phone. He called her the R word. What else? Let's see. He said she had a leaky balloon knot. He said, no nudes yet. She's got a leaky balloon knot. She has a weird river falls accent. Said he hated David Yannetti, that he hated Attorney Yannetti, which I'm like, how do you hate Yannetti? Yannetti's like low-key a hottie, which I don't get. I don't get in my brain why sometimes I look at Yannetti and I'm like, oh, he's attractive, but I do. I don't know. And said a lot of horrible, despicable things, to which Yuri thumbs upped it. He gave him no thumbs up in the text exchange. And when Alan Jackson asked him and pressed him on that, well, why would you thumbs up, Michael Proctor saying these despicable things in the text exchange? And he go, oh, I didn't read it. I just was showing I acknowledged. I don't know about you guys, but I don't just thumbs up every text I get. I'm going to read it first. Because what if it's like, hey, Jolene, I hate your guts. You never text me back. Stop blaming ADHD. You're just a lazy bitch. I'd be like, actually, I probably would thumbs that up. I would thumbs that up. But you know what I mean? Like, what if it's like, hey, grandma's dead. Thumbs up. Got it. What? No. So he's acting like, again, I don't know what's going on. See no evil, hear no evil, speak lots of evil. All right. Jamie B, thank you for being a member for 47 months. Jamie B says RuPaul's Drag Race is a sport I can call. Jamie B is always pushing me for RuPaul's Drag Race. And one day I think I'm going to get there. The show will probably be canceled by then. Hopefully not. Letting the days go by. Thank you for becoming a member of the Lean team. Appreciate you. Dale says, Yannetti, Alexi, and Jackson are all low-key hot, right? Even, Alessi. Yeah. Kind of. What's going on? What is happening? Are we just watching this too much that we're like, oh, these are attractive guys? I don't know. Jamie B says, been 47 months for like 6 months now. Yeah, I don't know if YouTube's la calculatrice of how long people have been members is accurate. See, caught but between a rock is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. I think you've been watching this too much. I think you've been maybe Alessi is going too far. I also don't find Alan Jackson to be a cutie patootie, but I do enjoy him on all of his cross-examinations. And I enjoy their brain power. Ben says 28 likes or Aaron will gaslight you in your dreams. Yes. The day Jolene gets in hamburger bite, the day Jolene gets in the drag race is the day I win. I do live by the Trixie Motel, so I probably should get into it. But I just have so many things. It needs to really spark my dopamine and my interest. I don't know why it doesn't. Maybe I just haven't given it a chance. So, yes, Carolyn T said, I shall wait for the crash daddies to come back from Arca. And yes, if we do not hear it, that we will all be with the fuck, which is the equivalent in the judge world, in the court world, to this sound effect.
Because they're losers.
Because they're losers. All right. So let's get into this first little piece. We're kind of going to jump around a little bit in the Yuri Bukhenik, in his cross-examination and all that today. We're gonna jump around a bit. So let's get started.
John's boyfriend, Karen Read, killed him.
Karen Read. John's boyfriend. Why would John's boyfriend do that? Why would John's boyfriend, Karen Read, do that? Okay. So let me pull this up here. Shout out to the trial channel once again, killing it every day. The trial channel just makes my life so much easier, and I love them. They already have a clip up from today's regarding the new surveillance footage in the Karen Read retrial. Now, the more I watch this, you guys, remember, I'm opinionated. You can have a different opinion than me, but everything is for entertainment purposes only, alleged, and for comedy. So don't sue me, blah, blah, blah. Brian Higgins did it, right? Like he did it. Like he did it, allegedly. All right. But he's like guilty. Like the more this trial goes on, you know, there was some doubts like, what was Colin's part? Did Colin do it? You know, how much did Brian Alberts? Is he just the cleanup guy? But I mean, the more we're learning from this party.
Sounds like a pretty disgusting party to me.
Sorry, Judy. From this disgusting party, the more I'm like, Brian Higgins killed John O'Keefe, right?
Allegedly.
Obviously, allegedly. Obviously, allegedly. But like, oh, he's creepy. We read through the whole text messages. If you didn't, if you missed that stream, it's the one before this one. His text message exchange with Karen Read, where he's Trey Desperado and insecure and weird. We saw the microdots video, which is also, you know, we saw the microdots video, and then we also saw the footage from the waterfall or whatever bar where Brian Higgins and Brian Albert are there with, you know, and on that infamous night with Karen and John, who show up later. And we see Brian Albert looking over to Karen. He texts her while he's there going, well, like, well, she doesn't reply to him. Then he's like, John, come over. Like, it was so cringe. So crazy. Now I'm starting to be like, that's the thing. There's too much reasonable doubt. No matter what happened to this man, there's too much reasonable doubt to convict Karen Read. On what? What would we be convicting her on? Because we just want to find someone guilty who's not in the Canton PD, who's not a local yokel, who's not a townie. Who's not a townie? Maybe a townie did it. This sounds like it was done by a townie. Yes, hit the like for the blocks. We got to get Ben blocking. Too much reasonable doubt indeed. So now I'm just like, Brian Higgins just grosses me out. So let's listen. I'll be stopping for commentary on the new surveillance footage that was shown in this retrial of Brian Higgins going back to Canton PD, where we know he can get his Dunkin' Donuts and he has an office, which he talked about in that text exchange with Karen Read. So let's see what Alan is cooking up here.
Just to establish,
give me a thumbs up in the chat as soon as you hear the audio on this. Thank you guys.
the foundation so we know what we're talking about. Did you see on some of the electronic devices that you picked up in furtherance of this investigation video of somebody outside? Now the outside cameras or outside camera view at Canton PD at about 1:30 in the morning on January 29th, 2022.
The digital video, one of the collection.
I'm sorry, what? Yuri, right out the gate. He's like, the digital what? This guy is like a dumb blockhead. This guy, I just saw the Minecraft movie. This guy's like those Minecraft guys, those guys that have like the head and they're like, I don't even know what they're called. I went with my nephew because he loves Minecraft. And I was like, okay. And it was actually pretty cute. It was actually pretty funny. But I didn't know what the hell. And then it was like, he yelled out something, chicken head fight or something. I don't know. Shout out to Chicken Head PK Neely. But it was like, chicken head fight or something. Well, it does. I didn't speed him up this time. So he sounds like he's on 0.5. But what is he talking about? Right, Tammy? I've never seen so many drunk liars in my life. Stop lying. Stop drinking. Your brain is turning to mush, bro.
This investigation video of somebody outside. Now the outside cameras or outside camera view at Canton PD at about 1:30 in the morning on January 29th, 2022.
The digital video, one of the collection items. It wasn't a device. It was, well, I guess it is a device, but the digital storage that was collected had video from external view of the PD. I do not remember specifically seeing an individual.
Okay.
I did review it.
Being of the parking lot area.
I don't even know if what he said was like, I have no idea. Burberry and the baba, the boo boo, and the baby, the who that technology, who ha, baba, don't know specifically. I don't even know what this man's talking about. What are you talking about? He ain't talking about nothing. What are you talking about? He ain't talking about nothing. Huh?
View of the PD.
I gotta speed it up a little bit, you guys.
Do not remember specifically seeing an individual.
Okay.
I did review it.
Being of the parking lot area, at least one of them, one of the clips being of the parking lot area outside Dundee.
I don't remember seeing outside parking lot. I'd have to see it.
Well, I understand. Do you remember another clip being of the outside sally port with a pedestrian door?
Let me see if we can get some closed captions. All right. Oh, Trial Channel, I love you so much. You're so fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to the Trial Channel, you guys. I got the link for the Trial Channel in the description of this video. Please, please, please. If one of my mods doesn't mind dropping it in the live chat, go subscribe to them. They're amazing. They take out the sidebars and they make good clips. All right, let's try this again.
Not the big rollout door, the pedestrian door. Someone going in on the pedestrian door.
I know the view you're talking about, but specifically what you're saying, I'd have to see the video, tell you if I saw it or not.
Yeah, I'm asking a couple of these other questions. I think I may know what the answer is. There's another, do you remember another video being an internal corridor, looking down a hallway, seeing someone walk up or back?
Yes, yes.
Me too, Rebecca.
And then one on the outside, again, sort of passing from right to left. May not be intended to a parking lot, but at least an outdoor view of someone moving from front right to front left across the camera angle.
I don't remember that.
You do remember that all these videos, I just mentioned 4, we talked about 4, these videos were from January 29th, 2022, around generally 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact time and day. I just
He don't remember shit. Don't even ask if he remembers anymore, Alan, because he's like, I don't even know where I am. All I know is this was an honorable and full of integrity investigation. That's what we do. We also I forgot to mention in the beginning when Michael Proctor wanted Karen Read to die, the woman he's investigating, very honorable, looking for her nudes in her phone, leaky balloon knot.
I just remember seeing the file and reviewing it.
Do you remember Mr. Proctor asking for a video attendant to January 29th? At least can we narrow it to that date?
From Ken PD?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are all from January 29th, 2022. You just don't remember the specifics of them. It's been too long since you've seen them.
I don't know when each video was collected and then reviewed.
Okay.
Exactly.
I made this sound effect today, and I must have just been thinking of this moment.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
This is Yuri, his whole cross-examination for the past 3 days, even direct examination.
With the court's permission, well, may I have just a moment to confer with counsel?
Okay. Ooh, we're conferring with counsel. Shout out to the itchy nose. Yes, we love the court reporter. Get that nose, girl. It must be itchy having that thing on, that oxygen mask. Yeah, get it.
Your, with the court's permission, I'd
Ooh,
ask
I think he gave Brennan a kiss. He's like, Brennan, you're going down. The kiss of death.
that what's been marked as GG, at least the first video, be
Bev, those bangs are bodacious today. Do you see that little bit of volume in the front there? Bev, that's some good bangs. That's good bangage, Bev. She must have had a Dunkin' Donuts today.
published for the jurors.
All right, so there are 4 videos on this flash drive?
One video, 4 different camera angles as it's set from the one video.
Are you ready to see this now? I thought you wanted to review it.
I'll agree in if I have it.
Ooh, hanky panky is so agreeable. I'll agree. I'll see it today. I love it. We got 4 angles. Look at Buchanan. He's like, huh? You don't know where I am.
No problem.
All right, so for the first one, the first camera angle?
Correct. It's one video, but
Bev definitely got a trim. They're still touching her bangs, her bodacious bangs are still touching the tips of her eyelashes, but she definitely got a trim
4 different angles.
over the weekend.
You just have to keep
A Mother's Day trim.
Understood.
I went to Great Clips and I got a Mother's Day trim. Then I went to Donkadonis.
It's a little complicated. I get it.
All right, we can do that.
Thank you.
Let's do it. Here we go.
And this is, Your Honor, just for the record, actually, let me do it this way. Sergeant, would you agree that we can call this the rear lot main side at Canton PD, just for identification purposes?
Sure, if you'd like. I don't know which side this is, so I can't argue with you about the location. So
Okay.
I'll agree with you that we can call that.
Great. It looks like a parking lot. There's cars.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just for purposes of, so it doesn't get complicated, we'll call this rear lot main side. That doesn't mean anything unless you adopt it. So just for identification purposes.
Thank you.
If we could move to runtime 1:26:32.
This is at the Canton
With full
PD.
submission played at this point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very fresh hair.
Stop. Did you see a car pass in front?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of car did that look like to you?
It looks like a 2-door Jeep Wrangler with a plow on it.
Okay, let's go ahead and play it.
I wonder who that could be. What big guy has a Jeep Wrangler with a plow? He's trying to be so helpful. The most helpful incel you'll ever meet, Brian Higgins over
Okay,
there.
stop. Sergeant, did you, during the course of your investigation, learn whether or not anybody associated with your investigation had a 2-door Jeep Wrangler with a plow?
Yes,
Who is that?
Mr. Brian Higgins.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and play this.
So Brian Higgins pulls up at Canton. What are you doing? He's got his dome light on. There he is, standing outside, looking like Santa. You guys see him in front of that other car that's covered in snow? Oh,
Okay,
he's
stop.
walking toward us.
Sir, do you see a person who appears to have alighted from the car,
Yes.
from the Jeep? Sergeant, if you could turn your attention to the screen on the right. Does that appear to be the location of the person that you're describing?
That's the individual that came out of the vehicle, yes.
Okay. I know it's super blurry. You may not be able to at this point. Do you know who that is?
He's texting hose long until Jen McCabe Googles hose long to dying cold. Hose long until Brian Albert will be done with the cleanup.
I do not know.
Okay. Let's go and play it.
How do I steal hose? Do I steal a gal from my buddy in the PD?
All right. Did you see the person walk off the screen?
Yes,
Did it appear that that person had something in his or her hands?
possibly, yes.
Couldn't miss him, bro.
Thank you, Your Honor. If we could play the second clip on this same GG. Before this is played, Sergeant, do you recognize what's depicted in this photograph?
I do not know.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play this. Stop.
Oh, shit.
What do you see on the video at this point?
An individual crossing the frame with a couple of cars parked, one of which has a plow on it.
Does it look like an exterior video?
Yes,
Does that appear to be an exterior video if you don't know exactly where, an exterior video of Canton PD?
from the
Brian, why are you trying to hide from Brian, Bry guy? What you doing there? Why you all hidey? Why don't you show your face, huh? What's going on, Bry guy? Take your hood off. Stay a while. So this is another view in the back lot, I think he said, at Canton PD. Brian Higgins just all bundled up in his hoodie, but looking more like he is hiding, right? Looking super sus, LXU. You're looking so sus. Oh my goodness. Hose long. Can I walk in front of a camera with the hood over my head until they know it's me from my body type, from my Harley Davidson sweatshirt?
The facilities, yes.
Okay. And describe the person that you see in the foreground at the bottom of the screen.
For real, silly goose.
Appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt, a hooded sweatshirt.
Larger in stature, smaller in stature, can you tell?
I'd be speculating.
Objection. Body shaming. Alan Jackson, we're not going to body shame. Overruled. We're definitely body shaming. Okay.
Because there's no comparison, but possibly larger. I don't know.
Okay.
Objection. You've body shamed him. You called him a fat lady. You said he's a fat bitch. Overruled. He didn't say fat bitch in so many terms, but he did say it by saying larger. He said, she goes to Lane Bryant. Shout out to Lane Bryant and Torrid. Boom, boom. Oh, I can't believe Yuri just body shamed him. That's so wrong.
Let's go ahead and play it. And that's it for that. Your Honor, if we could play the next video. By the way, can we agree before we move off of this, just for identification purposes, can we agree to call this rear lot cruiser side as opposed to rear lot main side, just to keep them separate?
Same as last time. I'm not familiar where that camera is, so I cannot argue with you nor adopt. But if for identification purposes only, we can agree on that.
Can you see from where you are, and I know the answer to this, can you see from where you are the timestamp on the bottom of this?
No.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, it's very, very small.
Yuri, it's pretty clear. Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's not clear at all. Okay. Objection. You're picking on Yuri. Overruled. That's what I live to do.
Is it possible to ask the witness to adjourn from the witness stand just to get close enough to see if he can read the...
You can't increase the size of it?
Maybe we...
Bev has spoken. You can't increase the size of it. You can't. It's a half day where we can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not the tech guy, Mr. Woke.
Oh, look
Magic.
at that. Look at that.
Wow. I didn't know he could do that.
What does that say, you guys? Oops.
Okay.
127.
Can you read that?
Yes, it says rear lot cruiser side.
Okay. What about the time?
The timestamp reads 1:27:41.
Do you see a date?
Yes.
What is that date?
1/29/2022.
Thank you. This was my fault. Your Honor, if we could move back to rear lot main side, I'd like to do the same thing. I failed to ask for the time and date on that one. Is it possible to see from there the time and date?
Yes, the time is 1:27:32 a.m. and the date is 1/29/2022.
Thank you. Okay, if we can move to the third clip. If we could start, Mr. Wolk, by enhancing with the court's permission the time and date. Let's just start with that. Okay. Do you see what the timestamp designates this camera angle to be?
Totally normal. Silly goose. Objection. That's not normal. Overruled. We're being sarcastic here. Totally normal. 1:28 in the morning in a blizzard. When you're already drinking and drunk, that Brian Higgins would drive up to the station right after, the same night, the same early morning hours that John O'Keefe is found dead. Totally normal. Now he'll say, oh, I was moving some cars around. Sure, Higgy. Sure. Thank you, Nicole, for the super chat. Do you think Higgins will now get charged? Yeah, I'm charging him. I have him indicted already. There is some crazy stuff going on. All right. There was some kind of fight, some kind of altercation. Dogs involved. They get rid of dog. Brian Alberts get rid of their phone. Alberts gets rid of redoes the floor in the basement and then gets rid of the family house. Come on. I'm indicting them. I don't know what they're going to do. They're pretty corrupt over there. But maybe if the feds step in again, because the feds are watching. They're watching. Like, what are these assholes doing? We already looked into this shit. I wish they could mention the feds and the feds' investigation into this, but unfortunately, they can't.
It appears to be church side, and I can't read the third word there.
Exterior?
Oh, yes, exterior. Sally Port.
Okay, and if you could tell the jurors what you see in terms of the time and date.
The time is 1:27:43 a.m., and the date is 1/29/2022.
Thank you. Mr. Wolk, if you could play that with the court's permission.
This Brian Higgins has drove around drunk all over the damn town now. They all want to talk. I mean, it's wrong all around that they're all drinking and driving, but they all want to be like, Karen Read was drunk and driving. Yes, she was. But this dude was driving all over the place. Brian Higgins.
Okay. Stop. Do you see a person in that video?
I do.
Although it's somewhat blurry, can you describe that individual for us, please?
He said big boned. Why would you say that? Objection. He didn't say that. Okay. Sustained. He didn't say that. Okay. I was just getting ahead of myself.
Individual wearing dark clothing, possibly. That's the best I could do, really.
Okay. Does it appear, given what you've seen in terms of the time of the main side, cruiser side, and now this exterior church side, does that appear to be the same person moving through on the outside of Canton PD?
It does.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are we looking at here, by the way? What is this door he's about to walk into?
I'd be guessing. I was never present on that side of the Sally Port.
Understood.
I don't know.
Let's go ahead and play this.
Oh, he looks so sus, Higgy. Why don't you go home, Brian Higgins?
Okay. And for the final clip. If we could go down to the timestamp and date.
No, he's in the
Can you
house.
see what that is designated as that camera angle?
Yes, it says first floor corridor, and the time is 1:28:03 a.m. on the 29th of January, 2022.
They're saying he's husky. He's husky. He's curvy. I'm husky. I'm curvy. I got big, broad farm girl shoulders, and a fupa. So I get it.
Is this the
husky boy? How do you feed a husky boy?
Version or video that you did have some recollection of?
Yes, this is this.
Okay, if we can go ahead and play this.
He's Waddles. He's the Waddle dude. That's what I was calling him earlier today when I was watching this. I was like, he's the Waddle dude, which was like a crazy, I don't know if it was an urban legend or we just made it up as kids. When we were growing up, there was a guy we called the Waddle dude. He'd come out at night and he'd walk around the rec center in St. Paul, Minnesota. And we were like, the Waddle, did you see the Waddle dude? He's the Waddle dude, bro.
Stop.
He walks like he's got a thigh gap.
Do you recognize?
Walks like I do in the summer so I don't chafe my thighs. They don't touch. He spreads them when he walks. Maybe he's urinating and walking. I don't know. But let's watch his walk again. He's the Waddle dude. He walks like he's got something in his pants and it's not a wiener.
Some recollection of?
Yes, this is this.
Okay, if we can go ahead and play this.
Here he comes, walking down the street, get the funniest looks from everyone he meets. Hey, I got a thigh gap. No, I don't. I just don't want my thighs to chafe. It gets sweaty in these jeans, and I am wearing tennis shoes. Why you guys still got your hoodie on, bro? You're inside.
Do you recognize the person in this video?
It appears to be Mr. Brian Higgins.
Okay, and what is he wearing? Describe it for the jurors.
Ugly clothes.
Black sweatshirt with some sort of
Objection, Judge Jolene. That is improper. Overruled. I am improper. I'm dishonorable. Okay? Dishonor. He's urinating. Exactly. The tuba. Or whatever. However tuba sound. However they sound. Oh my God. Here we go.
a logo in the front. It appears to be blue jeans and shoes with a white trim.
And is the hood up or down on the sweatshirt?
It's up.
Okay, let's go ahead and play this.
Where's he going? In the John?
May I have just a moment? Could you pause this, Ms. Field? Can you make note of the time as it's paused right here?
Do you want me to say it again or
Yes,
write
sir.
it down?
Yes, sir.
The time is 1:28:16 a.m.
Okay, and if we could just continue playing this video.
$128.16, did he say? 129.39.
It is playing. Stop.
Here he's back.
Now, if you could take a look at the time now.
She zoomed on the shoes.
Okay, what's that time?
1:29:42 a.m.
Hose long to change your
And if you
shoes.
could go ahead and go forward.
Where you going, Brian? Where's my money, Brian?
Is it still playing, Mr. Wolk?
I don't know if the
If
video's
we
still
could take a look
playing.
at the time one more time.
Now it's, let me say it,
Yes, sir.
1:34:12 a.m.
And in the time, just so the record's clear, in the time between you saying 1:28:16 to 1:34:12, 6 minutes has not gone by, correct?
Just under 6, I believe. Yeah.
Well, 6 minutes for us in real time.
Oh, in real time, yeah, no.
It is not. So it
Sorry.
appears that the camera jumped, or the time jumped.
The time difference from what was displayed is approximately 6 minutes, yes.
Okay, which is much longer than the time we've actually been looking at the video, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so it appears that it may be motion activated and it just jumped.
That's a possibility, yes.
Or the footage could have been removed. What do you guys think? Is it motion activated and it jumped? Or did they cut out some footage of Brian Higgins in Canton PD?
Jen!
Smash that like if you haven't already, you guys. I think we got 216 watching. We got 123 likes. Can we get 200? Ben, who are you blocking at 200?
Okay, let's go ahead and continue playing this. And stop. Do you see someone in the screen now?
Yes.
And one more time, I know this is laborious, one more time if we could clock the time. Can you see that?
No, it's really blurry for me.
There we go.
Yes, now I can see it 1:34:15, if I'm not mistaken. AM.
Okay, fair enough. And let's go ahead and play this all the way through.
There goes Brian doing bad stuff, allegedly. Brian, Donkadonna. I think he's adjusting his
Who did
balls
that
there.
appear to be walking?
All right, we take a look at the things that matter in this case. I'm pretty sure Brian Higgins was adjusting where his balls are supposed to be. Allegedly. There he goes. What's with the hand? Or he's putting something in his pocket. What is that? What is he, Alanis Morissette? I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is hiding some evidence. What's going on, Thigh Gap?
Who did that appear to be walking away from the camera in this shot?
I'm not certain. I would be suspecting or guessing if I gave you an answer, but I'm not certain who that is.
Just like you guessed during this investigation. Oh!
Best you can determine, does he have the same stature? I know you can't see his face. Same stature, same clothing, jeans, shoes with white stripe around it, dark hooded sweatshirt. That should appear to be the same person as Brian Higgins.
It does appear that way, yes.
Okay. Is that it? Okay.
So Yuri Buchanan says, yeah, this appears to be Brian Higgins. Okay, I don't know much, but I know that appears to be Brian Higgins, and that may be all I need to know. So just real sketch, but we're not done.
There's one more clip that I'd ask you to look at on the same GG device. Okay. What do you see in this video?
Appears to be the church side sally port, and an individual came out of the door.
Okay. And can we highlight the time, please? Or what time do you see there?
1:34:40 a.m.
Okay.
There we go.
We go ahead and play this through.
I know that ass anywhere. That's Brian Higgins. That's the waddle dude.
Pause.
Is
Does
that
it
his
appear
phone?
from this video that the person has anything in his hand?
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry, can you play that again? I wasn't looking at the hand, but
Sure.
Yeah, looks like he put the phone up to his ear.
I really can't tell.
Okay.
I really can't tell these sort of things. I'm just an investigator. I'm just a detective. I just am supposed to solve murders and stuff, but I don't like pick up on little details. It's très difficile. I don't know. Can you tell me?
There should be
Guy doesn't
another
know
video of the rear lock cruiser side. Let's take a look at that.
Real lot cruiser side.
Pause.
Oh,
What do you see in that video?
oh shit! He's on his phone. Who's he calling? Because remember, he was like, "I went home. I didn't call nobody. I didn't call Brian Alberts. I didn't call nobody." You calling, Brian? Who you calling? This late. / early in the morning on the day John O'Keefe, a police officer, was found dead in Brian Albert's yard while you guys were partying.
It appears to be an individual wearing a black beanie hat, black dark colored sweatshirt with some design on it, and something illuminating by his face.
Can we enhance the time, please? What time is that?
It says 1:34 and 53 seconds in the morning, a.m.
And if you could move the screen over to the individual. Mr. Wolf. Does that appear to be the same person?
It could possibly be, yeah.
And does it appear as something in his hands up to his face, the right side of his face or ear?
Yes.
Technically, you guys are right. He is a butt head, so that could be a butt dial. All right? Remember, it's all butt dials. And this is his butt face dial.
You think that is?
It's consistent with a cellular device, possibly a phone or a tablet.
Okay. If we can move on, please. Play that through. I believe there's one more video. And Your Honor, this one is a little longer. This is about 10 minutes.
Okay.
With the court's permission, I'd like to play this through.
Thank you, Chickenhead. Says he's calling Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
Okay, stop.
There he is.
Do you see a person in the video walking from screen right
It's
to
like a
screen left?
ghost.
Yes.
Did that person appear to have something in his right hand?
I can't tell. I can't see his right hand.
Okay. When he first walked into the screen, could you tell?
I couldn't. No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Ward, could we back that up with the court's permission for about 2 seconds? Stop. Did it appear as something in his hand?
It's a possibility, yes.
Okay. And just for, I'm going to ask you for 2 times when we start and when we stop. What's the time on this video at this point when he walks into frame?
1:35 and 8 seconds in the morning, a.m.
Okay.
He's hustling.
And let's go ahead and play this through.
Where you going, Brian? Brian's like, hey, what's up? It's me. I'm at the station. I did what I needed to do. Hiding some shit. Looking some shit up. Getting some Dunkadonis. Yeah, I got my Jeep. Now I'm going to walk over to this truck. Okay, I'm going to try to open up the back door. It's hard. Now you can't see me. I don't know where this dude went. Oh, wait. I'm going to go to that car back there, maybe? Is he wiping off that car? Okay, there he is. Thanks for the arrow. It's like I'm going to get in another car. Put some evidence in there. Is this where he moves the car? Is he even moving it? Objection, Judge Jolene. He's got to warm it up. Sustained. Oh, dang. You can hear him taking big chug-a-lugs of his water, Yuri. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Make me want to holler, hidey home. Burns your tummy, don't you know? Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Who can name that song in the live chat as we wait for Brian Higgins to do something? Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Burns your tummy, don't you know? What's he doing? Bro, where you at? It's getting windy. The wind's picking up. Wait, I think I see him. He's like a husky ghost. Oh, he's moving the car. Is that a Mazda? What's he doing? What's going on? Oh, you got yours drinking vodka? Little Kharkov? Little Smirnoff? The deed is done. I guess he has access to multiple cars. They leave the cars there, maybe the company cars, cop cars, undercover cars. They got to move it, according to him, allegedly, because, what did he say? Because the plow guy gets mad? I don't know where he is now, but I saw him move the one car. Maybe he's texting Karen and deleting it. I don't know. Maybe he's jerking it to Karen's Instagram. I don't know. Brian Higgins is a weirdo. Allegedly. So I think the car he moved would be someone's car at the station or a station car. I don't know where he is. Right, Beth says, I swear these cops just get drunk and just drive all the cars in this town. Like, what in the actual F? Exactly. They don't have a sober guy they can call to take care of this? Where is this man? Hello? Nope, there he is. He's back.
Pause it, please.
Guess who's back?
Sergeant, at this point, do you see a person walking into the frame into the video from frame left to frame right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It looks like he moved one car. I saw him get in the car that was behind his Jeep and those two trucks. And now he looks to be going around the car, or now back around the truck that's next to him. Now he's going in between his Jeep and the truck next to his Jeep. And his is the one there with the plow that he pulled up in. I don't know what he's doing. Could be playing with his balls. We don't know. Ooh, excuse you. Now, okay, he walks around the back of his Jeep and he's getting into the driver's side. Opens the door, looking for Dunkin' Donuts. He's like, damn it, Jen McCabe left peanut butter sandwiches back here. That's for girls. Now he's going back. He gets out, walk back around his car. And he's disappeared like a thief in the night. No, he opens the truck door next to him. And he's like, how many cars can I drunk drive in one night? All of them. Oh, now he's moving that truck. I think he just got in a car accident. He pulled it forward, but there's a car in front of it.
Did you see something happen with the vehicle next to the Jeep in the last few seconds?
Yes.
What was that?
It appears as though the headlights are activated.
Okay, let's go and play it.
Thank you, Patty. Got it. Roger Miller. I love Roger Miller. Make me want to holler, hidey ho. Burns your tummy, don't you know? Chug a look, chug a look. Now he's out of that truck.
You see a person that is walking from screen right to screen left in the middle of the screen?
Yes, he just, or she just appears to have closed the door on that vehicle next to the plow.
No, you just confirmed, Yuri. You confirmed multiple times that you believe that to be Brian Higgins. And now you're like, he or she? Doesn't strike me as being a progressive they-them person. So he's just trying to be Trey difficile.
What are you, out of your mind?
I think he's out of his mind. But okay. Yeah, he or she. Magically, Brian Higgins came back out. And now she. I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't know. I don't know. That's weird.
Plow.
Okay. Right to screen left in the middle of the screen?
Yes, he just, or she just appears to have closed the door on that vehicle next to the plow.
Okay. And walking toward which vehicle?
The one on the furthest on the left.
Okay. From what you've seen, Sergeant, that you said he or she, does that person appear to be consistent with the video that we've seen in other particulars of Brian Higgins?
As far as I could tell from here, the individual accessed Brian Higgins' vehicle, so I'd be speculating with the whiteout conditions or near whiteout conditions. It's tough to tell.
But no reason to believe it's anybody other than Brian Higgins accessing Brian Higgins.
No,
okay.
no.
Let's go and play it.
There goes Higgins to the truck, across from the truck that's next to his Jeep.
And what do you see Brian Higgins or that person doing now?
What is he doing?
They accessed the vehicle on the far left.
Okay.
What was the point of that?
And where's that person going?
Now they're accessing the Jeep Wrangler.
He's on the move now. He's back out of the Wrangler, back to the truck. Looking in the truck. Creeper. Jeez, nobody's in there, perv. What's he doing? I think he's trying to have sex with the truck. No, Brian. They didn't consent. What's he doing? I think he's thrusting on the truck. Do you guys see that? No, Brian. He's got a nice boner. Knock it off, perv. You fucking pivot! Looks like he's got a bouquet of flowers now. That's not going to help. The truck didn't appreciate that. Now he's back in his Jeep. Oh my God. Thank you, Mad Chatter. I hope there's a Celebrity Big Brother this year. I'll be so happy. And I can't wait for Big Brother 2. Good to see you. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's drunk. He's just running into stuff, going back and forth, trying to make love to a truck.
Can you pause it? Where does that individual appear to be now in the video?
Last I could tell, they might be by the Jeep Wrangler.
Before that person got to the Jeep Wrangler, was he standing by the vehicle on the far left? SUV or truck?
I swear he was standing by that truck and he was gyrating. Okay? He was thinking about Boys to Men. I'll make love to you. And he was going like this. It was weird.
It appeared that way, but with the heavy white out snow that night, I can't tell exactly what they were doing.
Did you see anything in his hand, like a bag or a satchel or a duffel bag or something, when that person walked from this vehicle over to the Jeep?
I did not notice, no.
Ooh, was there a bag or a duffel bag or a satchel? Or was he just happy to see us? I'm going to rewind a little bit, see if I can see it. Okay, there's Brian getting out of his Jeep, walking across. Was he got something? Could be. Okay. And this is where he makes love to the... I want to make love to this truck. Yeah. To this truck. Yeah. Wait, that... Something's happening. Maybe he's getting something out of there. Yeah, that looks like a bag or a satchel or a duffel while he's humping that truck. Yes, Alan. I wish we could. Can't they zoom in? Get micro dots on this. Their videos are pristine. I hate that Bev won't let them use that kind of technology where we could actually see what's going on. Much better. Auntie Bev, you and your banks need to get into what is this, the 21st century? Yeah, the 21st century. It does look like he's carrying something. Like he's got one of those Adidas bags I used to use for soccer in the 90s. Doesn't it look like that, you guys? Oh, shit. What is he? Unless you're a vampire slayer, there is no reason you should be getting a duffel bag after your friend, you know, well, he hasn't been found yet, but when your friend is allegedly in the front yard, the only person that should be getting a duffel bag at 1:39, 2 a.m. is Buffy the Vampire Slayer because she's got to carry her stakes, sir. And her crucifixes. And Jen's crucifixes. He was carrying something. Oh, they do, Jewel? Jewel says, Jolene, they do use microdots 3D rendering of the house, but that's it. Oh, come on, Bev. You know, Bev, you and your bodacious bangs, I'm really getting tired of it. Okay, let me love you, Bev. But he definitely grabbed a bag. I could see it. What'd he get? What'd you get there, Bry Guy? I don't remember him mentioning this. Oh, change of clothes. Possibly. Yeah, justice for Chloe.
Can you pause it?
That poor dog.
Where does that individual appear to be now in the video?
Last I could tell, they might be by the Jeep Wrangler.
Before that person got to the Jeep Wrangler, was he standing by the vehicle on the far left, SUV or truck?
It appeared that way, but with the heavy whiteout snow that night, I can't tell exactly what they were doing.
Did you see anything in his hand?
Okay, I'm just going to objection. That's not a whiteout. Sustained. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm going to give you an explanation. I'm from Minnesota. This is not a whiteout. This is some snow and some wind. And the flurries are getting in the way. And the light hitting it doesn't help. But a whiteout is a whiteout is a whiteout. You wouldn't be able to see shit. Okay, so this isn't what I would call a Minnesota whiteout. But maybe it's a Massachusetts whiteout. But I don't think it's a whiteout anywhere you go. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not that you needed to know. Let me know in the chat if you guys agree. Is this a whiteout? I don't think it's right. Thank you, P. It's not a whiteout. Whiteout, you can't see shit. He wouldn't even be able to hide a murder. You wouldn't be able to hide a schmurder in a whiteout. And if you hit some black ice and you're drunk, oh, recipe for disaster. Not a whiteout. Okay. It's not deep either. You're getting some flurries. You get some flakes and wind. And with the light, it's not a whiteout, sir. Again, these cops are getting it all wrong. Everything. Even the weather conditions.
Like a bag or a satchel or a duffel bag?
Appeared that way, but with the heavy whiteout snow that night, I can't tell exactly what they were doing.
Did you see anything in his hand, like a bag or a satchel or a duffel bag or something when that person walked from this vehicle over to the Jeep?
I did not notice, no.
Of course you didn't notice. What do you think he is, a detective, an investigator? Come on, Alan Jackson, you're asking too much of him. Okay, now Brian Higgins went back to his Jeep, and he's going back over to the truck where he allegedly just got the duffel bag and the truck he made love to as well. He's in the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holla at me, and I'm like, no, Brian Higgins, leave me alone. You're gross. Now he's searching again. Look, now he's going to the back seat. Back seat of my Jeep. Looks like he picked up something. To me.
Now, has that person walked off screen to the left?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It looked like he grabbed something. Again. And now we can't see him. He's hiding. Hopefully he's not doing what I think he's doing to the tailpipe of that truck. Brian, what's your boner weight? Looks like he's carrying something again. What are you carrying?
You see that person entering screen from screen left?
Yes.
What has he got? I gotta rewind it a little
From
bit.
screen left.
Here he comes, you guys. Watch him. And it looks like he's holding something, right? Is it his phone? Is it a coffee? Is it a body? What's he holding?
Do you see that person entering screen from screen left?
Yes.
This is just so sus. Yeah, G Mommy. So sus. Hey, Leotard, good to see you. Now he's back at it again. Oh, P, I forgot. Yes, as per the meteorologist who did the math, this wasn't a white out or blizzard. The snow didn't really come down until after 5 a.m. or so. Now Brian Higgins, is he trying to get all his steps in? Maybe he thinks, I'm going to get my steps in early. I got some friends on my fitness pal. If I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and keep drinking all this, what does he drink? Ginger and whiskey ginger or something? So much ginger ale. I got to get my steps in. 297 watching. You guys smash that like. Did we hit 200 likes yet? And Ben, who you blocking at 200 likes? He strikes me as the kind of guy that'd be like, shit, I haven't got my steps in all year. I'm going to try today. Now he's back again with, he's got a shovel. He's got a shovel. He's got a shovel. Are we going to see him shovel? Do you guys see that? Either a shovel or he's the Grim Reaper. Okay, walks back. Could he be getting supplies to move a body? This is getting more and more sus the more I watch this. The longer he's taking and the weirder stuff he's doing. Could he have been getting supplies to move a body? That's reasonable doubt, folks. Okay, so he just walked to that other truck that he made love to. And we're waiting for him to come back. And I think he's going to be seen with some kind of shovel. We saw him with a duffel bag. Okay, here he is. Or a sword. Is it a hockey stick? That guy can't play hockey. He's not cool enough. It looks like a shovel to me. Did you guys see it? What does he need a shovel for? I mean, it is snowing, but...
What did you just see the person do?
They were carrying possibly like a snow broom.
What the fuck did you just say? A snow broom? Bro, that's not even a thing. What?
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
A snow broom?
Dumb as a bucket of rocks. What are you, an idiot?
It looks like a snow broom. You know, when you go to Lowe's and you go, hey, no, I don't need a shovel. I need a snow broom. It's not even a thing. Oh, my God. What's wrong with this guy?
Walking from left to right.
What did you just see the person do?
They were carrying possibly like a snow broom. Walking from left to right.
So Brian Higgins is in his Jeep with the snow broom that no one's ever heard of before. Sure, could you use a broom? Sure, you could. You got a little on your scraper, you got that little thing. But nobody calls it a snow broom. And if they do, they better stop. Because that's ridiculous. Now Brian's back in his Jeep, making love to the snow broom, allegedly. Doesn't got the dome lights on. He likes it in the dark. He doesn't want the snow broom to see him. Oh, and now he's going
What do you see
forward.
happening now?
The Jeep Wrangler's leaving the spot it was parked in.
But he was just moving cars, you guys, for the plow guy.
Okay, you can take that down.
Sure. Yeah, it's like a soup
Oh, I'm
fork.
sorry. I failed to ask you the time. I promised I would do it, and I forgot again. Can we look at the time real quick?
You see, Yuri, he's literally scratching his head like, I don't even know what's happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I failed to ask you the time.
Look at him.
I promised I would do it. and I
Scratch.
forgot again. Can we look at the time real quick?
He's trying to activate his brain.
Yes, the time for the rear lot main side is 1:45:52.
And it appears that's the approximate time that the Jeep Wrangler drove off.
Approximately, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. A snow broom, you guys. He's like, it appears that he got a snow broom, probably got a Dunkin' Donuts, then he got a snow broom. What? Oh, Lordy, this man. All right, let me see if the next clip we're going to watch. Of course, I'm reloading Trial Channel. Like, did you post another one? Because you're... No, they didn't. I was like, oh, they did. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. That's okay. We'll go to Court TV and check this out. Smash that like if you haven't already. If someone doesn't mind giving me an update on the like count and who Ben is hiding next. Okay, that video was something, right? And we haven't seen it before? Who was hiding it? Did Proctor put it in his leaky balloon knot? Was Proctor like, it's been up my ass for a year? 2 years. Wait, how many years? 2022? That's a lot of years. That's more than I can count. It's literally been up Proctor's ass. Just hanging out. I mean, that's an important video. One of the guys who's at the party, at the house, where a fellow police officer is found dead in the front yard hours later, goes back to the police station and doing some weird shit with duffel bags and stuff. Come on. 195. Thank you. If we hit 200, Ben is going to, I forgot who Ben said he's blocking, but I'm sure it's somebody good. Yes, Beth. The scary part is that Urination is a detective and a supervisor. But it makes sense because he's the supervisor of Michael Proctor. Michael Proctologist. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Day 14. All right. Let's talk about the text messages, shall we? Let's take a look at Yuri and his explanation, how he responds, since they're not going to have Proctor, Mr. Rectal Exam himself. They're not going to have him as a witness. The prosecution not calling him. They're going to have his supervisor. Maybe he can explain to us, why he said Proctor did this with integrity and honor, this entire investigation. Let's see.
All right, Mr. Jack.
At some point during the course of your investigation, did you become aware
Thank you, Heather.
that
203.
a snowplow driver had reported having seen a Ford Edge being moved into a location in front of 34 Fairview sometime in the early morning hours of January 29th, 2022?
We learned about a plow truck driver. I don't believe his recollection was as you described, though.
Do you remember him mentioning a Ford Edge?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember him saying that the Ford Edge had been moved? He had passed by, it wasn't there. At some point, he passed by again, and it was there, impeding his plow route.
Yes.
Okay. What is your best memory about when he said he believed the Ford Edge? Sorry, I guess a better way to put it is, when did he say he first saw the Ford Edge in place in front of 34 Fairview?
I don't remember exactly. I know it was during the middle of the night. My not adopting your narrative was the fact that he saw it being moved there.
Understood. I figured that. I clocked that as soon as I...
Interesting. Ford Edge being moved. But definitely don't look at the Albert's house. Definitely don't question those people.
I said it. He didn't see it moved. He saw it. He saw 34 Fairview without it there. Then about an hour later, it was there.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Would about 3:30 in the morning sound right to you in terms of what he reported, in terms of the time that he saw it there?
It sounds right, but I'm not sure of the exact time. My report would reflect the accurate time.
Fair enough. Let me see if I can.
I bet he's got it, and I bet he wants to see it, you guys. I think we got 209 likes now. If you don't mind smashing that like, maybe we can hit 300. That'd be amazing. Maybe Ben will block Yuri.
Let me ask this. Well,
and Bev.
It's a very lengthy report. Instead of making you sit there and wait, let me just ask this. Do you remember him saying that he had first plowed the area free of the Ford Edge? In other words, first passed in front of 34 Fairview around 2:30 in the morning? Does that sound right?
I believe his dispatch time for the plowing of the roads that evening was 2:30. But again, I would have to look at my report.
That's fine. And then it was sometime subsequent there too that he saw the Ford Edge in place, maybe an hour later.
Sounds about right. Again.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just
Did you take any investigative steps when you learned about this snowplow driver to determine who, if anyone, might have owned a Ford Edge associated with 34 Fairview?
I did not know.
Did your
Why would he do his job, Alan? Look at Karen. She's like, I'm so tired. I am so tired of these men blaming it on me. I am so tired.
Investigation ever revealed that the Albert family actually had a Ford Edge at the time?
Yes.
I want to shift gears for a second to One Meadows, if I could, and ring video evidence associated with One Meadows. You testified that on direct examination that there was no video from Ring at or around the time 12:36 a.m. When Miss Read's SUV returned back to One Meadows. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes.
You did receive a search warrant return from the Ring Corporation in furtherance of a search warrant executed by Trooper Proctor, correct? Former Trooper Proctor.
Evidence was returned by Ring, yes.
And in addition to the actual video recordings, there was also an activity log that was returned associated with that time and that location from the Ring Corporation, correct?
There was a key log identifying each video that was provided by the time and date when the video was recorded. It's not an activity log per se for the account. It's strictly a key describing the video, telling you what time the video was recorded.
During the entirety of your investigation, was there any evidence uncovered at all that Ms. Read had accessed the account information associated with that Ring account?
No evidence could be provided by Ring documenting that activity.
But there is evidence that someone had accessed the account through John O'Keefe's cell phone, correct?
I am not aware of that.
Are you aware that...
Wait, what was that? What was that, Yuri? Let's listen to this again, guys.
Someone had accessed the account through John O'Keefe's cell phone, correct?
I am not aware of that.
Of course he's not.
Are you aware that after John O'Keefe's cell phone was recovered by Massachusetts State Police, someone at Massachusetts State Police actually opened the Ring app on his cell phone?
Yes.
Who is the person who opened and accessed the Ring app on John O'Keefe's cell phone?
I'm not 100% sure.
I bet we know.
I have just a moment, Your Honor.
Yes. The proctologist. Michael Proctologist probably did it. Yep, Mac. Possibly Proctor, who also misuses a person's phone that he takes into evidence looking for nudes. Sounds like the type of guy that would do that.
Would it refresh your recollection to take a look at a report, perhaps?
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Or he's playing with his fingers. He's nervous. He's doing this. And he's like, oh, he caught himself like, oh, no, I got to be strong.
If you could take a look at that 3-page report and tell me if that refreshes your recollection.
Don't make him read. No nudes yet. And you leaky balloon knots. What a botched investigation. Come on, sir. Let's go. He's pretending he knows how to read. He's like, oh, God, this is rough. He needs a dictionary. I got to skip ahead like he's still reading. He's like, I think I looked at it long enough for them to believe I can read.
Sergeant, having looked at this report, does that refresh your recollection as to who may have accessed that Ring app?
Yes, that report is authored by Michael Proctor, and it says that investigators accessed the Ring application.
Thank you. I want to show you one other document, if I could.
Shocker. Why don't you just know this shit as the supervisor? Why do we got to keep going through it? And you're making Alan do all this work, and we got to watch you pretend to read.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's sounding the words out.
I've just handed you what purports to be the search warrant return for the Ring, from the Ring company, correct?
I got to take a look through all of it.
Of course. Take your time.
All of it, sir. Good God. Do 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 do.
Thank you, Sergeant. Have you had an opportunity to review that document?
I have.
Does it indicate that in addition to several other files, there is a login session report that was produced by the Ring Corporation as well? It's highlighted on that page?
Number 4 is highlighted with one Excel file containing login session information.
Thank you. May I approach?
Yes. Yes, you may, but don't touch my
And
bangs.
again, just to make sure I'm very clear about this, nothing from the Ring Corporation suggested or intimated that Ms. Read actually accessed any of that Ring account information, correct?
The information provided did not indicate that, no.
Thank you. I want to ask you a couple of questions about your testimony on direct examination related to your trip to the hospital and your observation specific to Mr. O'Keefe's right arm. You indicated that you saw bruising on his right arm in addition to the abrasions, the parallel abrasions that you described, correct?
I believe bruising is very similar to abrasion.
Okay, that's my question. Can we, Your Honor, with the court's permission, can we show Exhibit 1? It's already been introduced.
Okay, I think they're going to show the arm pic. And I don't think YouTube lets you show any kind of harm pics. So we've all seen it. So let me see if I can make myself the big guy. And let me know if you guys can still hear the talking. Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear it. If you can hear the audio, despite me not showing the pic. And it is the picture of John O'Keefe's arm with all of those scratches, bite marks, whatever they seem to be. But let me know if you can hear the audio. Nope, you can't. Okay. Let me try this. Nope, you can't hear it. All right, let me try something else here. Let's see. Hi, Cordy. Hi, my babe. I might just put up a little media asset over it, okay, you guys? So if you're like, why can't I see it? It's because YouTube will literally like demonetize, possibly strike, take down your channel, like your video. I don't want to deal with the hassle. So let's put up. I don't want to do this to you. Let me find a different one. Smash that like while I pick something here. How about Karen Read? They thought Karen Read was flicking off the was possibly flicking off Yuri today. I think I saw on Court TV posted something. All right. Okay, now tell me. Whoops, let me see. Let me do it in. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to this. And then you get out of here. And then you go. Cordy's making it hard for me to see. Okay, so there's Karen. Let me add this back up there. Hopefully that blocks it enough, maybe. We'll see. Let me know if you can hear the audio. I'm hitting play right now.
I actually indicated bruising on his right hand, the back of his right hand.
Okay, that fair enough. From his wrist, when I say arm, can we agree, at least for this purpose, for the purposes of this discussion, that I mean from the wrist up to the shoulder?
Hmm.
Did you see any bruising from the wrist to his shoulder?
I saw exactly what's depicted there with the abrasions and lacerations.
Okay. You know what lividity is, correct?
I do.
Okay. Describe for the jurors what lividity is.
Lividity is the pooling of blood inside the body as a deceased individual falls or is positioned naturally with gravity. Blood begins to settle in the lowest portions of the body. If you're laying face down, it'd be your face. It also contours to the imprint or the force that's exerted on the body from below. If someone's deceased on TV remote control, you can see the remote control, the buttons underneath.
Well, you would think, Linda, but Melanie Little, I was catching some of her live today, and she showed it, and she had to start a new stream because they demonetized her for showing it. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I've had a similar situation where I was showing a picture like in evidence of like a self-harm thing, and a video of mine got struck. So I don't know.
From the pressure.
Being safe.
So it's a bluish, purplish discoloration of the skin, not from an impact, but from the pooling of blood after the heart stops, correct?
That's correct.
You see an area at the upper arm that the skin looks discolored in addition to the abrasions that we see.
I'm sorry, I was looking at that one.
Sure, I'm sorry. Yes, right up toward the upper biceps, triceps area.
Put him there for now.
I see that area, yes.
Okay, is that consistent with lividity? rather than
Lividity.
bruising?
I would not agree with that, no.
You believe that that's a bruise?
I believe that that's a laceration.
I'm sorry, I'm talking about the discoloration of the skin, the reddish purplish hue of the skin, separate and apart from the abrasion, from the abrasions or lacerations to the skin. The discoloration. Do you see that discoloration or no?
I do not know.
You do not?
I do not know.
Okay, we can take that down. As you sit here today, you're not suggesting that you saw bruising from the wrist to the shoulder on John O'Keefe's arm.
Nothing that stood out to me.
Okay.
I observed lacerations and abrasions.
All right, thank you.
What does this guy know? He lies.
I want to shift gears one more time and ask you about your trip to Dighton and the seizure of the SUV. You testified that you seized the SUV somewhere, I think your testimony on direct examination was somewhere around 4:15, 4:17, something like that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Does 4:12 sound like it could be a reasonable time that SUV was actually seized in Massachusetts State Police custody?
It could be reasonable. I'd have to refer to the video evidence that,
The owner's
and then
manual.
also the exact time that we advised the defendant that we are going to be seizing it. I guess it could be argued that that's when it was seized. We had the intent to seize it right there.
Right. Took the key fob, went outside, had a had a tow truck driver actually put it onto the back of a flatbed. Ultimately, it was transported, correct?
Correct.
And you became aware at some point that there was video evidence. You just referenced it. Video evidence of that, I'm going to call it seizure process. Is that right?
Yes.
And that video evidence had a timestamp on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You're also aware, as the supervisor of Michael Proctor, that he swore under oath in multiple affidavits in support of search warrants that the SUV was seized at 5:30 p.m., correct?
Yes.
And you knew at the time, because you were actually there, and you knew when the vehicle was seized, that stating under oath in an affidavit that it was 5:30 p.m. and not 4:12 p.m., that was a false statement, correct?
Oh, shit.
There's a discrepancy in time there. Yes.
Did you take any action, you yourself as a supervisor, did you take any action to correct that false or misleading state? Let me ask it a different way. Did you take any action to correct that time to the accurate time of 4:12 in any of the affidavits that you became aware of?
No, the actual time of the seizure through the video, we learned much later. So the approximate time of 5:30, although inaccurate, I did not take any action to correct it, no.
And you received that video as a production from the defense. You did not have access to that video, correct?
Yes.
And so at the time that Michael Proctor actually drafted these affidavits and swore to them under oath, he did not know that a video existed, correct?
Objection.
Sustained, you have to word it differently.
Sure. At the time that let me ask it a different way. At the time that you reviewed his declarations under oath, you did not know that a video existed.
No, we did not know.
Yeah, where's Chloe? Ask him where Chloe is again. This time tell the truth, show proof. I want to see your birth certificate and her blood type, all the things.
I may have just a moment, Your Honor.
Sure. DNA matching. Alan
Something that was brought up on direct
drink.
examination. Sustained findings as it pertains to you. You've already talked about the fact that, Sergeant, you're a supervisor and we're a supervisor back in January of 2022 moving forward over Trooper Proctor, correct?
Yes.
Generally speaking, as a supervisor, your job is to properly and professionally supervise, show some authority over those in your charge.
Oh,
Is
here
that
we
right?
go. Here we go.
Yes.
Smash that
Michael
like.
Proctor was in fact a trooper in your charge.
Yes.
Here we go.
And you
He's
would agree that
getting
your
into it.
supervision has a direct impact on the character and quality of the subordinate investigators that you supervise.
Yes.
The whole point of having supervision and a chain of command is to establish a certain amount of, for lack of a better phrase, quality control of the subordinates.
Yes.
That would also include quality control over the subordinates' investigations.
Yes.
On August 17th, 2022, you were in a group text with the following individuals. Michael Proctor.
We're getting into the group text and Yuri having to react to this group text he was involved in and all Michael Proctor's messages.
Jen! Jen!
Jen! Jen!
Let's go.
Trooper Kukowski, 2022, you were in a group text with
Hey,
the
Boozy.
following individuals: Michael Proctor, Trooper Kukowski, a lieutenant named Fanning, and a trooper named DiCicco, D-I-C-I-C-C-O, correct?
Yes.
He's nervous. Oh, he's making me scratch. Stop being a scratchy influencer, Yuri.
May I approach you?
Yes.
Yes, you can approach. Don't touch my bangs. They're bodacious and bad.
I'm handing you a document. Can you tell me if you recognize that document?
Come on, bro. It's your text messages, dipshit. Sorry, apologies. Do 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 da up ba. Oh.
I recognize parts of it.
You saw that
Parts of
document
it.
on direct examination. I think you were shown the same document, correct?
It was different parts of it, but same. It's inclusive of within this document.
Okay. Let's start with this. You indicated that you did not see Michael Proctor's name on that document, correct?
I don't know what's wrong, Mad Cheddar. I got some earlier. So maybe try again. Sorry. I wish I could help. Thank you. Yuri.
Correct. His name is not on here.
But you do recognize that as being reflective, accurately reflective of the text chain that you were on August 17th, 2022, that group chat.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do this a little bit backward, but bear with me. You do see the name Kukowski, correct?
I do.
You do see the name Fanning, correct?
I do.
You do see the name DiCicco, correct?
I do.
And you do see the name Bukhenik, correct?
No, it's misspelled, but I know they're probably referencing me.
Okay. The only other text or person texting on that chain is a code, a lengthy, almost like a URL code with no name, correct?
Thank you, Kelly Kate. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Are the super chats working? Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, you're right.
And
Yes.
the only person that I didn't name, whose name I did not read off, it's obvious on that document, is Michael Proctor, correct?
Correct.
So
Where's
deductive
Michael's
reasoning
name?
tells you that that is the code is Michael Proctor. Is that right?
I would agree with you, yes.
Okay. In that text chain, it starts with Trooper DiCicco sending a photograph, correct?
Mimi.
No.
May I approach?
Yes.
Mimi says, I just want to give Bev some long layers and a conscience. Oh, don't we all, Mimi? Mimi loves you. Thank you again, Kelly Kate. And sorry you're having difficulties, Mad Chatter. You could try reloading
2683.
the page, possibly. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube is weird. Yeah, don't drive in Canton unless you want to get hit by drunk cops,
Do you see
allegedly.
a photograph there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Fair enough. There were some texts between and among the group that preceded this photograph, correct?
Yes.
I want to start on this date, August 17, 2022, with this photograph. This photograph was sent by Trooper DiCicco to the group, correct?
Oh, Jesus. Come on, sir. Oh, boy. He's got Jen McCabe syndrome. Better start from the beginning.
It possibly appears that way. I really can't. I mean,
Your Honor, with your
Yes.
permission, I'm not sure this document has been marked. I'd like to have this marked and
Sure,
admitted.
we'll mark it for
We'll
ID.
mark it for a half
I'd
day.
actually like to have it marked and admitted. There's certain things I'd like to show.
What's the Commonwealth's position on that?
I have no objection to admission, but not in this form. It needs to be redacted.
Hanky panky. I'm going to redact you, sir. Knock
You
it
do it.
off.
What I intend to do, I can do with one photograph, if I may have a moment with counsel.
Okay.
We got a sidebar. A little bit of a sidebar. They're going to do whispers. Sweet. Hey, hanky panky, don't blow this for me. Come on. We don't need to redact shit. You know what the text messages say. He scared me. He's intimidating me. Oh, Paul O'Keefe, back row, Paul. We see Paul O'Keefe, back row, Paul. In the Hall of Shame back
Your Honor,
there.
with court's permission, I'd like to publish just one page of what's been marked for identification.
We've seen Paul in the back
I'm sorry, I
row.
would ask that it be marked, the entire document be marked for identification.
Yes.
You gonna need this?
Paul, hide your eyes, guys. Paul's in the back row, giving dirty looks.
And with the court's permission, I would ask to display or to publish page 2683 of that document.
So are you admitting into evidence, page 263?
I would.
Do you
just-
have a separate one rather than tearing it out of with the mark for
I can-
identification?
The
I can
mark,
take it out of this copy.
half mark. Do. Sorry, guys. I have to. We have to always remember, never forget.
Can you redact it before it's admitted, please?
It's been
Never
redacted.
forget the bathroom selfie from hell. Never forget. Hashtag never forget. Hashtag eucalyptus hanging in the shower.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hashtag new tile. Hashtag farmhouse fresh. Hashtag his head is actually a shower head. Hashtag weird tats.
Here we're
Hashtag
talking
tiny
about the same
nipples.
thing, Sergeant. I've
Hashtag
just handed you a page that's been marked Exhibit 116. Do you recognize that as being a copy of one of the multiple pages in the document that you're holding that's been marked for identification as FF?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if we could publish that single page, please.
Okay.
Hi, Michelle.
Is that a photograph that was sent by Trooper DeChico to the group?
Oh,
According to
I
the doc-
didn't see this, but Yannetti had hair. Oh, Yannetti. I think he's one of those guys that looks better as a baldy. You know? Oh, we need to preface this. Viewer discretion advised.
The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yannetti looks better without the hair. Let me know what you think in the chat. I think old Yannetti's better.
This document, yes.
Who is depicted in that photograph?
Hashtag
The big story, Mr. David Yannetti, criminal defense attorney.
Do you see that person in court?
Yes, I do.
Where is he seated and what is he wearing?
He's seated right there wearing a blue tie and a dark suit, white shirt.
Thank you. We can bring the lights up, Your Honor.
Okay.
In response to, and going back to the multi-page document FF
Dark suit, criminal.
to the group, is
One more
that
time.
a photograph that was sent by Trooper DeChico to the group?
According to this document, yes.
Who is depicted in that photograph?
The big story, Mr. David Yannetti, criminal defense attorney.
Do you see that person in court?
Yes, I do.
Where is he seated and what is he wearing?
He's seated right there wearing a blue tie and a dark suit, white shirt.
Thank you. We can bring the lights up, Your Honor.
Don't get a boner, Yuri.
In response to, and going back to the multi-page document FF, in response to Trooper DeChico's photograph that he sent to the group,
Hey, David.
you responded to that photograph, did you not?
What'd you say, Yuri?
Yes, this document indicates so, yes.
And you responded by laughing at it, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
What's so funny?
Well, that's what it says, or that's what you did.
Huh.
I don't remember.
Trooper Proctor then, former Trooper Proctor, Michael Proctor, then responded, correct?
That's what it says here, yes.
And he responded to the group, funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
So honorable.
Michael Proctor then responded again. Is that right?
Yes.
He wrote, no nudes so far, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
That's what it says. That's what
Michael
he
Proctor
said.
responded yet again.
Jeez.
Is that right?
That's correct.
And in reference to Mr. Yannetti's photograph, he wrote, I hate that man. I truly hate him. Correct?
That's what it says.
You
There's a
dirty
trooper by the name of
bug.
Moore, M-O-O-R-E, correct?
There is.
These
And he
troopers are
disliked
trifling.
Trooper Proctor's phrase, his statement, no nudes so far, correct?
That's what it says.
Did that indicate to you that Moore was disappointed that Trooper Proctor, Michael Proctor, had not found naked pictures of Miss Read as yet?
I don't know what that indicated for Mr. Moore.
And then you responded to the phrase, funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone, correct?
I acknowledged that text message being sent.
You acknowledged it by liking it, correct? With a thumbs up.
I acknowledged it by responding with a thumbs up emoji.
The fact is, Trooper Proctor told you, his supervisor, in this series of text messages, that he was going through Miss Read's phone. Is that right?
Correct.
And he also informed you, his supervisor, that he was going through her phone looking for nudes or naked pictures of her on her phone, correct?
No nudes yet. Leaky balloon not.
He did not tell me that he was going through naked pictures, for naked pictures through the
He
phone.
just said it.
He wrote, no nudes so far, right?
That is what is written, yes.
What did you think he was looking for when he wrote that phrase?
I don't know what he was looking for.
What would be a reasonable interpretation of what Michael Proctor was looking for when he wrote, no nudes so far?
Vagina. Boobs. Tatais.
I don't know.
Motorcycles, handbags, pair of shoes, or naked pictures of Miss Karen Read?
His
Oh, thank you.
mission was to go through the phone to look for digital evidence that's related to the crime. The fact that he wrote,
Motorcycles, purses. This is a double Diet Coke stream. Double Diet Coke. Put your Diet Cokes in the chat. We're going to rewind just a bit here. This guy playing dumb, Yuri. Well, and he is dumb.
I don't know.
Motorcycles wrote,
I don't know what he was looking for.
what would be a reasonable interpretation of what Michael Proctor was looking for when he wrote, no nudes so far?
I don't know.
Motorcycles, handbags, pair of shoes, or naked pictures of Miss Karen Read?
His mission was to go through the phone to look for digital evidence that's related to the crime. The fact that he wrote no nude so far, I cannot comment on.
You cannot comment on, or you don't want to comment on?
I don't know what he was looking for in that specific time.
You certainly did nothing. You took no action to stop him from potentially looking for naked pictures of my client, correct?
That's correct.
In fact, last week you testified that in your view, Michael Proctor handled himself in this investigation with integrity. That's what you said, correct?
That's what he
That's
said.
correct.
Do you stand by that testimony?
The investigation was handled with integrity and honor.
Oh, my God.
Do you stand by your testimony that Michael Proctor conducted himself during the course of this investigation with integrity?
Yes, I do.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
He also called her retarded, correct?
That is what's written.
That's what's written? That's a very passive way of saying it, Sergeant. That's what's written, or that's what he wrote?
That's what he wrote.
And that's what you read?
I have no memory of reading that. I acknowledge.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yuri. He's got no.
Him going through the phone on my Apple Watch. I have no memory.
What you read?
Apple Watch's fault.
Way of saying it, Sergeant. That's what's written, or that's what he wrote?
That's what he wrote.
And that's what you read?
I have no memory of reading that. I acknowledged him going through the phone on my Apple Watch. I have no memory of him writing retarded on a text message.
Liar.
And you'll agree that that is one of the most vile and insensitive and incendiary terms one could use in modern society. Retarded. correct?
That is correct.
He uses it all the time. Come on.
And in fact, through your response to that vile phrase, you encouraged it because you liked it with a thumbs up, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Did you
What do you mean? Is it leading? What was that? He did. He liked it. That's encouragement. That's like, hey, got it. Love it. Thanks.
encourage that statement by Michael Proctor by liking it with a thumbs up?
I don't know if it encouraged him, but so I cannot speak to
But
that.
that's what you did.
I acknowledge the text message being sent.
I want to be clear. These text messages were sent to you by your direct report, by your direct subordinate, correct?
That's correct.
And there was even someone on that text chain who was more senior than you, Lieutenant Fanning, right?
Lieutenant Dan.
That's correct.
Michael Proctor was both your partner and the lead investigator on this case when he wrote that, correct?
He's a subordinate, and he was the case officer.
This is good, Alan Cross.
This text thread, contains communications between a subordinate, the person you call the case officer. By the way, let me ask you another question. Did you ever, during the course of the investigation in which you were a part, the sustained findings, the internal affairs investigation, did you ever review Colonel Noble's determinations about your subordinate, Michael Proctor?
Objection.
Did you review them?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Doesn't seem to like to look into stuff for an investigative
What
detective.
would Colonel Noble call Michael Proctor's title in this case? You think he'd call him the case officer or the lead investigator? What is your experience with Massachusetts State Police in that regard?
Objection.
Sustained.
Everything sustained. Objection, Bev. Put your bangs to work. Overrule something already.
Notwithstanding the fact that a subordinate was on this text chain and a supervisor to you, was Lieutenant Fanning one of your supervisors?
Yes.
Notwithstanding the fact that a subordinate was on this text chain and one of your supervisors was on this text chain, you felt comfortable enough within this group of law enforcement to actually like when the subordinate refers to a suspect as retarded, correct?
I acknowledge the text message with a thumbs up emoji.
Do you believe that? Well, let me ask you another question, a predicate question. You were also comfortable enough with that text chain to receive information that your subordinate was looking for naked pictures on a suspect's phone, a woman, no less.
Nasty.
Correct? You took no remedial action against Trooper Proctor for that, correct?
No, I did not. No.
Do you believe as you
Word to the wise, women in Canton, you are not safe. If you get arrested, if they have your property, like a phone, they're going to be looking for nudes. These sexual harassers, these D-bag bellends.
sit here that was a misuse of power and authority by Massachusetts, correct?
No, I did not.
Right, bunch of Harvey Weinsteins up in here.
No.
Do you believe as you sit here that was a misuse of power and authority by Massachusetts State Police officer?
Yep.
By myself or
No,
somebody else?
by Michael Proctor.
Misuse of what?
Misuse of authority and power to go through a suspect's phone, to get her phone using the authority and the power vested in that officer by the community members. That's the power that you've derived, correct? You work for the public. Would you agree?
Sustained.
Do you believe it was a misuse of his authority and power to use Massachusetts State Police authority to go through her phone and look for naked pictures of her?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you believe it was a misuse of authority or power to go through her phone and potentially look for nudes?
Objection.
Sustained.
Why the frick is that sustained? Do you think it's a misuse of power to go through her phone and look for nudes? Is she saying that's like what? Everything is sustained. Lady, Bevy, come on, Bev. How's he got to ask it? And she didn't even say her. Ask it differently. We got half You got it half right. Ask it differently.
Let me ask it differently.
Thank you, AJ.
Did you think his text was appropriate?
Good question.
I don't remember reading that text.
As you
So
sit here now, do you think that text is appropriate?
He does.
no, it is not.
Do you think it's professional?
No, it is not.
Do you think it shows integrity?
That text message does not show integrity.
Do you think it shows honor? A word I expect you hold dear.
That text message does not show honor.
On October 15th, 2022, you completed a performance review of Michael Proctor, correct?
That's correct.
Specifically, you were asked to rank his, quote, oral and written communication skills, end quote, correct?
Let's just stop. Rank his oral. Very poor. Very lackluster. He's the type of guy that definitely does not go down on a lady.
Correct.
He's a taker,
Specifically,
not a giver.
You were asked to rank his, quote, oral and written communication skills, end quote, correct?
Correct.
As part of an overall evaluation and performance review, is that right?
Yes, overall 90-day, quarterly, annual review.
You were specifically asked to rank whether he effectively would whether members, your subordinates, would effectively communicate with others, both within and outside the department, in oral and written form, correct?
That's correct.
And you rated him as exceptional,
Oh,
a number 4 rating out of 5, correct?
That's correct.
yuck.
You actually went on to write and comment on Michael Proctor, and you wrote, quote, Trooper Michael Proctor displays professional demeanor, composure, dignity, and respect during the performance of his duties, and especially during his interactions with the public. This is seen during interviews with witnesses, suspects, as well as victims and their families, end quote. That was a statement you wrote about Michael Proctor, correct?
That is correct.
And this is after the text chain that we've just been talking about, where he calls Miss Read retarded and references looking for nude photographs of her, correct?
That is correct.
Was your statement in that evaluation true or false?
It was true.
You knew Michael Proctor's proclivities, obviously. He told them to you, correct?
The term proclivities, what does that
You
mean?
knew what he tended to do, what he wanted to do through his own comments, to look for nudes on a woman's phone, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
You were aware, sir, that he had received evidence in a case, evidence that doesn't belong to him, belongs to the Massachusetts State Police, at least at that point, correct? A cell phone.
I was aware that he received a cell phone, yes.
And he used that power and the authority to go through that cell phone and look for nudes of my client, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
During the same course of your evaluation, you were also asked to evaluate his investigative ability, correct?
That's correct.
You rated him the highest standard in the Massachusetts State Police, outstanding, a 5, correct?
That's correct.
And you went on to write about Michael Proctor in the commentary below that rating to justify it. Is that right?
That is accurate, yes.
You wrote, quote, Trooper Proctor has had a high-profile caseload with a lot of eye and pressure from external sources during the first day of the investigation. He handled himself and all the case with utmost professionalism and competence. He is able to investigate his case thoroughly and with strict integrity, end quote. Correct?
Which quarterly review was this?
This is the same one. October 2022.
Oh my God. Thank you, Kelly Kate, for the super chat. Here's to dignity, honor, and integrity. Something neither Yuri or Proctor have or know the definition of.
With utmost professionalism and competence, he is able to investigate his case thoroughly and with strict integrity, end quote. Correct?
Which quarterly review was this?
This is the same one. October 2022.
It's all the same there, buddy.
Is that right? Those are your comments.
That sounds very accurate. I just was not sure which quarterly review that was for.
Professionalism?
Yes.
You believe that he acted in accordance with the highest standards of professionalism?
During his 90-day performance, yes.
And you didn't just say he displayed professionalism. You said utmost professionalism, correct?
Yes.
competence? Do you believe he displayed competence?
Yes.
And not just integrity, but he conducted himself, as you put it, with strict integrity. Is that right?
That is correct.
Did it show
Emily?
integrity in your view when your subordinate, Michael Proctor, called Ms. Reed retarded?
Objection.
I'll allow that one.
Well, oh my God, we got a Bev is going to allow Alan to ask a good question that deserves don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
Don't be a dick, that's what you're being right now. You need to stop, check yourself, and calm the fuck down.
Don't be a dick, you're being a real dick. Stop being a dick, you're being a dick.
All right, Bev. Oh my goodness. All right. And hello to Emily. I saw that you are joining from down under. Hello, Emily in Australia. We love Australia.
Not just integrity, but he conducted himself, as you put it, with strict integrity. Is that right?
That is correct.
Did it show integrity in your view when your subordinate, Michael Proctor, called Ms. Reed retarded?
Objection.
I'll allow that one.
I believe that as a U.S. citizen, he has the right to comment. That's his First Amendment right. We uphold the Constitution, and it's unfortunate, unprofessional what he said in the private text message communication. He might have been voicing his frustrations. I cannot speak for Michael Proctor. It is unprofessional and unfortunate that he said that.
This was not, Sergeant Bukhenik, a private text message conversation. This was with his boss and 4 or 5 other individuals, one of whom was your boss. Correct?
Correct.
This was a communication intended for and received by members of his unit in furtherance of his investigative authority. Correct?
It was amongst members of the unit.
He was updating his boss about what he was doing in furtherance of the investigation, going through her phone. Correct?
No, I would disagree with you on that. This was a group chain, text message chain that we were discussing private matters in our personal lives.
Private matters, including going through Ms. Reed's phone.
That is unfortunately shared on that group text.
So in other words, to the public, he holds one face in private conversations with you and your colleagues within the unit. He shows a completely different face, private face, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
You said that you believe that he has a constitutional right, a First Amendment right, to call Ms. Reed a suspect in his official investigation, in his official capacity as a Massachusetts state trooper, to call her retarded? That's your justification?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you justify his statement, that vile statement?
I do not know.
Do you think it's appropriate, given the fact that he has a First Amendment right to say whatever he wants?
No, I do not.
Do you think there actually might be members of the community, parents, siblings,
Objection.
children?
Mr. Jackson, I'm going to exclude that question as argumentative. Move on.
What? How do you know?
You wrote in your report, if I may have a moment, Your Honor, you wrote in your report about his conduct.
I know I'm not a judge or anything, but like, what was argumentative about that? We're gonna have to play it again. Thank you, Silly Goose. Says, thanks, Jolene. You're the best. You're the best, Silly Goose. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Given the fact that he has a First Amendment right to say whatever he wants.
No, I do not.
Do you think there actually might be members of the community, parents, siblings,
Objection.
children?
Mr. Jackson, I'm going to exclude that question as argumentative. Move on.
Do you think there might be members of the parents? What? Bev, go brush your bangs. Take a 5, Bev. Put some dry shampoo in them bitches. Those bodacious, bitchin' bad bangs. And let Alan cook.
Move on.
Bev's being too protective.
You wrote in your report, if I may have a moment, Your Honor, you wrote in your report about his conduct. He shows composure, dignity, and respect during the performance of his duties, and especially during his interactions with the public. He has a duty to the public, to the community that he serves, correct?
Yes, he does.
Just like you have a duty to the public and the community that you serve. Is that right?
That is correct.
Do you think community members might take offense to the use of the word retarded?
Sustained. It's argumentative again, Mr. Jackson. Please don't do that.
So Anna says it's leading. That's what she means by argumentative, not that his tone was argumentative. So leading that, assuming that people in the community might take offense since he is a public servant and he works for the people, that they might take offense to him discussing a case and someone he's investigating with such terms. I'd still idle objection. I'm gonna overrule it, and I'm gonna allow you to cook, Alan. Judge Jolene's allowing you to cook. Cook, man, cook.
Do that.
Have a duty to the public and the community that you serve. Is that right?
That is correct.
Do you think community members might take offense to the use of the word retarded?
Sustained.
Overruled because he said might take offense. Might, less leading, might.
It's argumentative again, Mr. Jackson. Please don't do that.
Bevy.
He didn't just put it, that derogatory comment. He didn't just put it, or he didn't just say it, correct? You talked about the First Amendment.
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm not finished with my question, if I could.
All right. So just ask the question.
Sure.
Jesus, they are objecting and she is sustaining before he even gets the question in. Bev, your bias is showing, babe.
He didn't just put it, that derogatory comment. He didn't just put it, or he didn't just say it, correct? You talked about the First Amendment.
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm not finished with my question, if I could.
All right. So just ask the question.
Sure.
Comments first, okay?
My question is, that derogatory comment, he didn't just put it, or he didn't just say it, correct? You talked about the First Amendment.
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm not finished with my question, if I could.
All right. So just ask the question.
Sure.
Comments first, okay?
My question is, did he just say the word, or did he go further than just saying it?
Objection.
Okay, we've gone through this. Move on, please.
Objection, Bev, we have gone through it so many times with you just sustaining left and right. You got to learn the term overruled. Overruled to hanky-panky, who you want to spanky. Allegedly.
A derogatory comment. He didn't just put it, or he didn't just say it, correct? You talked about the First Amendment.
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm not finished with my question, if I could.
All right. So just ask the question.
Sure.
Comments first, okay?
My question is, did he just say the word, or did he go further than just saying it?
Objection.
Okay, we've gone through this. Move on, please.
What do you mean? Did he just say the word or did he go further? That's a question. I want to know the answer. Objection, Bev, you overruled again. Okay? Your bangs are getting a little too bad. Call him your bang boner. You got a bang boner because you got a trim on Mother's Day and they look good, girl. But don't believe your own bang hype and your own bang boner.
The fact is, Sergeant, you put it in writing and you liked it, correct?
I acknowledge the text message. I never saw the vile term.
When you guys like a text, you give it a thumbs up or a heart. Is it just you acknowledging it or is it actually you liking it and hearting it? Because there's a question mark you can add. You can add any of the emojis. I know on iPhone, I don't know what the deal is for Androids, but you can do 100. You can do clappy hands. Like all those things mean something. Right? My Aquarius self too. Michelle says, Bev, ha 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 ha, is earning a serious grudge for my Aquarius moon. And as Yuri would say, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
You know what I mean? We approached it just very briefly for a scheduling issue.
Okay. Jurors, feel free to stand up and start.
Scheduling issue. I think it's for a judicial issue, a judging. We're back to the fan. I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until Bev acts fair. Act fair, Bev. Come on, Bevy. This is a long scheduling issue. Maybe Alan's like, how long do I have to be here? And you're just going to be interrupting me and not letting me finish my questions. All right, we're back, baby.
To move to a
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sergeant, I'd like to move to a different area. At some point during the course of your investigation, you and Michael Proctor interviewed Chris and Julie Albert, correct?
That's correct.
That was at the Albert residence, the Chris and Julie Albert residence, is that right?
Yes.
On or about February 10th, 2022?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
It does.
Okay. At any point before or during that interview, did Michael Proctor discuss with you a previous relationship that he and or his family had with Chris and Julie Albert or their family?
Yes. As we're walking up to the door, he stated that he knows them from he knows of them from around town and through friendship.
Did that cause you any concern that the case officer that had been assigned to the case, dealing with, obviously involving the Albert family, had a pre-existing familiarity or relationship with any members of the Albert family?
Yes, I followed up asking him if he hangs out with these people, how well he knows them. And he stated that he does not hang out with them. They're not his friends. He just happens to know them through people in town.
Did he tell you any specifics about communications he had related to Chris and Julie Albert?
No, he did not.
Did he tell you any specifics about communications Michael Proctor had with his sister as it pertained to Chris and Julie Albert?
No.
Did he volunteer any information about the relationship that he might have or his family might have, including his wife, with Chris and or Julie Albert?
That information did not come up.
Did you ever later learn, now I'm taking it outside of your conversation with Michael Proctor, did you ever later learn about friendship or connection that he and his family, Michael Proctor's family, had with Chris and Julie Albert or the Albert family?
I've learned of accusations. I don't know the extent of how familiar they are.
What accusations have you learned?
Through trial or through court proceedings.
Right, what are they? Give me the nature of what you've learned.
Objection.
Sustained. We need a time frame.
Sure. When did you learn of these?
You brought it
this
up.
Information.
That was July of 2023, I believe.
And what were the circumstances in which you gained this knowledge?
Twitter.
There were accusations that Michael Proctor had familial friendship with these individuals, but the accusations were not factual.
Did you learn any specifics
Of
the allegations? Did you use the word allegations? Or I think you used the word accusations.
yes,
Were there any specifics?
there were.
You just said that what were some of the specifics?
Objection.
Sustained.
Well,
He's the one who said it. Why are we sustaining that objection? Like, he's bringing it up. It's his. He's asking him questions about shit he said. Bevy, grab a beverage, part those bangs down the middle, and let's let Alan cook.
by the way, did you say that you learned of these accusations during the last proceeding in this case?
Not the last proceeding.
Or a prior proceeding in this case?
It was through court proceedings.
Okay. How did you learn that specifically, Sergeant? Did you watch some of the proceedings? Were they televised? Did someone report it to you? What were the circumstances?
I was present in court.
This was what year? 2023? 2023.
Yes.
And did you take any action to investigate further the accusations that you said came up in 2023?
No. Well, yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. What did you do in that regard? What were the accusations and what did you do to investigate?
Nothing.
The information had been learned and that it was not factual. So.
Okay. You're using the word information. Help me out. Details. What'd you learn?
JJ.
There was claims that.
I object.
Sustained.
Yuri approach, Your Honor.
I object. Okay, so sustained. It's a half. I'm gonna half sustain. Half for half. You mark it. You got to mark it. Oh my God.
The information had been learned and that it was not factual.
Where did you learn it? When did you learn it? And what did you learn?
Also.
Okay, you're using the word information. Help me out. Details. What'd you learn?
There was claims that
I object.
Sustained.
He said he learned from cases. He's asking them follow-up questions to information he is giving. Is there a judge in the chat? Is there a lawyer in the chat? Because this seems ridiculous.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Bev's like, fine, you can approach. Oh, who's Paul talking to? Paul's like, have you seen a dick pic? I've been sending out dick pics. Have you seen one? And the guy's like, no, I don't want to see. Are you sure? It's pretty nice. Okay, it's fine. No, I don't want to. Please stop talking to me. All right, fine. I'll just look down at my shoes. I just thought everyone would want to see a mirror selfie or a DP. Back to the fawn.
I think
As Bev would call it, the fawn. We're back. Side by over.
Final question, Sergeant. I think I asked this, but let me make sure I'm clear. Your interview along with Michael Proctor with Chris and Julie Albert was February 10th, 2022, correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not certain on that, but I believe it was.
Okay. Well, let me just clear that up real quick. Would it refresh your recollection to look at your report?
Yes, absolutely.
Back to looking at reports.
Thank you.
Does that refresh your recollection, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
What was the date?
February 10th.
Thank you. Okay. I want to move to back to Canton PD. Did you at some point recover some videos or a series of electronic data that purported to be videos from Canton PD in furtherance of your investigation?
Yes.
And to whom did you deliver these videos, and whom were they requested by?
The initial request was by Michael Proctor. I delivered them to him.
Okay. Since that delivery, have you seen these videos?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'm holding a flash drive that I'd like to have with the court's permission.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Picked up in furtherance of this. Just to establish the foundation so we know what we're talking about, did you see on some of the electronic devices that you picked up in furtherance of this investigation video of somebody outside? Now, the outside cameras or outside camera view at Canton PD at about 1:30 in the morning on January 29th, 2022.
The digital video.
Okay, that's the videos that we already covered. I know they covered some other videos in there, but if you are just joining us, if you go to the beginning of this video, what am I talking about? He's making us dumber. Yuri, we provided commentary and roasted it up a little bit and reacted to the videos that had never been seen before of Brian Higgins going to Canton PD to move cars. Definitely not duffel bags or attempt to have sex with a truck. Allegedly.
John's boyfriend, Karen Read, killed him.
Okay, everything alleged again, you guys. All right. So that is what we will cover tonight. We're wrapping it up. I got to go watch the Timberwolves. Okay. No spoilers, please. Go Wolves. And you guys smash that like on your way out. Shout out to all of my super chatters today. We have Nicole, Chickenhead, Kelly with 2 super chats. Thank you so much. Silly Goose, thank you so much. And also Jamie B, shout out for being a mod and a member for 47 months and letting the days go by. Welcome to the membership, you guys. I'll be doing a members only soon. If you want to join the membership, there's a link in the description of the video. Please smash the like on the way out and comment after the video post. I love to hear from you guys. Share me out with any of your friends you think would be interested in this kind of Karen Read trial coverage. And I did drop a link to the membership here. You guys are all beautiful pumpkin spice babies, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But I have a date night with the hubs to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves, and hopefully they're winning. Okay, I really need them to win, but I'm gonna go be a weirdo and watch them and scream and yell and pretend I know what I'm talking about. All right. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and always remember to enjoy yourself. because it's later than you think. Bye.
Because I had like bread and maybe peanut butter in my car.
Why did you have bread and peanut butter in your car?
I had my niece for the week, and I was dragging her like to all my kids' sporting events. So we'd go from like one game to another game to a practice. So sometimes instead of always giving her McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts, I'd try to throw her a peanut butter sandwich.
And they were making fun of